Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
That's the face we make when Duke gives us the shocker.
Yep. that's actually lose O face is what everybody just got a preview of.
Yeah, but if Duke's giving me the shocker, it's a bigger smile. Oh man! So
hey everybody!
Fans, how's everybody doing?
I'm tired.
I bet.
Moving sucks.
I'm gonna say, aren't you in move mode?
I took today off so I could have extra time before they come in the morning. So there's one DTOF left, but it's mostly like action figures, so it's not like statues or anything. I think there's...
And that could just be boxed up, right? You don't have boxes.
Yeah, they don't have to be. I have one big statue left.
One piece of bubble wrap for each figure.
Right? It's two Hot Toys and like this old ass Barbie that came out like in the early 2000s. But yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Are the girls able to help at least?
The girls, we worked on the big one's room a lot today. The little one, we're not bringing a lot of her furniture. We're taking her bed to put in the casita, putting the big one's mattress on it because she has a nice mattress. You're going to enjoy that next weekend.
Next weekend. Shit.
It is, yeah. All my Harley stuff probably won't be unpacked, though, until the next time you guys come out, so you'll have to keep your lady friend. She'll have something to look forward to.
That'll be fine. It'll be nice and slippery when we're playing in there. She's looking at all the Harley.
Right. Why didn't you buy this one for me?
Yes. I don't even want to start
15 years ago.
Doorables now. It's like she's got more sets than I do. I'm only doing Star Wars for me. She's like, but there's a Maleficent and this one and this Disney one and this. It's like, oh my god.
I wasn't kidding on that post with the big Christmas box. I bought that. I will give it to little one, but I'm taking that clown.
Oh, that
one will magically disappear under her bed and she'll never see it again.
Exactly. It's like, where'd it go?
Yeah. She took the whole thing, all 30, the 15 exclusives and the 15 from Series 12. Like at that point, you're only 12 away from the set of 12. Just finish that off. Good Lord.
I'm going to go ahead and look up them codes.
Dude, I already have a list. They're in my phone. Not even kidding. I've got them all. I was like, let me just finish it. I finished the neons. May as well finish these. What the hell? Your fault.
The monster's been created.
Yeah, your fault. Can we go back to pins?
I was thinking that. I was looking through your eBay. I'm like, adorable. Adorable
doll, adorable adorbs, doll, Star Wars, Disney, Series 12, Pixel. I was like, because I'm getting all the other stuff for hers. I was like, well, I got these extra now, so all right.
Right.
And if I'm out and about and I find something cool, it's like, oh, I'll get this too. Like, oh, cool. This one has the ultra rare. Oh, this one has a special edition in it. Okay, let me get that too. Try to help pay off for some of this shit. It's like, okay, There you go. You now have 114 Doorables.
And to think it all started with a text message of, Doorables? What the hell are those things? Why would I want to collect those?
Sure enough, dude. SDCC, look out next year. You get tired of my face.
Right?
How'd you guys do in the ticket raffle thing?
Just got Thursday, Sunday for us three, and then oldest got Thursday, Sunday, Friday.
Yeah, it's fine.
I emailed the customer service. They're like, hey, it could have been your own fault, so sorry, we're not going to help you. Try for open registration. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And then I sent them another email and said, well, aren't people going to have their credit cards rejected? He's like, oh, plus we're all sold out. It's like, well, people are going to have their credit cards rejected or whatever. Can't you manually process? I got the same. This time I think it was a bot. I got the same cookie cutter. Tickets are sold out, pre-registration or whatever. Returning registration is sold out. Please try for open registration. And it was word for word from the previous message. That portion of
Right.
it anyway. They did not actually address my question. That tells me either they're just not going to address the question, or
Yep.
it's a bot. And I was like, screw it. There's a
Yep.
handful of us, enough of us that are going to be trying when Open goes on sale this month or next month.
Yep.
Because I haven't seen a date yet, but I'm guessing
I think
next
it's the
month.
23rd.
Oh, a date came out?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's the 23rd.
Oh, I didn't see a date.
I'm
Okay,
saying.
well, there you go. That's weird though. 23rd's like a Monday.
Oh, hold on, man.
Because
26th.
26th is a Friday? Friday?
No, it's a
No, it's
Saturday.
Friday.
Is it Friday?
Saturday.
Yeah.
No, Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
25th is Friday.
I gotta see what time my flight is to see if that's gonna get in the way.
I have pickup Lou at the airport at 7 p.m., so you should be
okay.
fine.
Late flight. Okay.
Nope, Lou was just going to spend all day at the airport.
I was like, here we go again. I did it.
He did it for celebration, didn't he?
For Japanese tickets, and I got him doing it too. So if that's what I had to do, that's what I would do. Okay, so we're good. Between everybody able to try, us, let's see,
Mhm.
us 3, then me 4, you got 2 more, 6, because there's a
Mhm.
minimum of 6 of us, and it's all obviously based on how many computers you have. I know. So whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna cry about it. At worst case scenario, I got Thursday, Sunday, right? So that's the worst case scenario. And there's still in 3 weeks we all have an opportunity to get
Yep.
the rest of it. So, and again, between 6 of us, and all that means 2 of us need to get through to get the 6 of us. I like our chances.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
1 in 3, whatever. It's probably not the ideal number, but hell, if I have to, I'll make up some new accounts for people. And I've got 2 other friends' accounts that haven't gone in 5-10 years. I'll use their accounts. And I mean, not that I need their accounts. That's the problem. We don't need their accounts. We just need the computer access to get in.
Yep.
But if I get through multiple times, it's like, oh, now I'll use this person's account. But if that happens,
Mhm.
I'll just use SOs. So it's like I want more than just obviously Thursday, Sunday. But if that's the case, I already made a plan. I am going to do, because I haven't done it in forever, Wild Animal Park. I haven't done Wild Animal Park in forever, and I would do that on Friday or Saturday, or all the outdoor stuff that I always skip on.
Mhm.
So it's like,
No, we'll be
okay.
entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. Thursday, Sunday is the plan, but not going to cry about it. So, yeah. Okay, more pop culture shit, but directs. We didn't talk about it yet. Did y'all watch that Lego Star Wars shit?
Yes.
Thoughts? Because I hated it.
I didn't hate it.
It was fine.
It wasn't even funny.
It was like
Usually Lego shit
exactly
is
what I
funny.
expected from it.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I expected something better. Like, usually there's more humor. I'm used to Lego movies having, laughing. And it was
come on. The Akbar
was-
Troopers were hilarious.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a trap. It's a
Really?
trap.
I found them annoying. Okay, all right. They were annoying to me.
I mean, it definitely was directed at kids, like 100%. Like I feel like this is probably one of the first Lego things where I haven't seen like layers, right? Like sometimes there's the layers where you see the kids' humor, but then there's also like a level of humor that is for adults.
Gotcha. I was like,
I think that was part of it. Was that level the more kind of insider jokes? There was a couple, but there wasn't a ton. A lot of it was I feel like was more directed at kids than to us, as it were. So I'm guessing that's part of the reason, is that there wasn't a lot of I'm going to say Star Wars humor, right? Like when you watch some of these other kind of comedy, the Robot Chicken, that type of thing. It wasn't really directed at us. But
I mean, I watched the first 3 episodes, and it was so bad. I was like, I'll watch the rest of this later, forgetting the rest of it was one more episode. I didn't even bother to watch until a week later. I'm like, oh yeah, I got one more episode to watch. Okay, glad that's over. Never gonna watch that again. Next.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see myself revisiting it. I mean, I'm sure they'll come out with some Lego sets or whatever from it. But
they already did. They have the Dark Falcon with Darth Jar Jar.
Yep. So
and I think Jedi Bob Starfighter.
Oh,
there's a lot of sell toys.
Yeah, of course. So there's that. I almost ditched y'all tonight because I was gonna go see Joker. No, I'll be good. I can watch it tomorrow afternoon.
Exactly.
The
It'll
guy
still
with the
be there,
most
Lou.
flexibility in the podcast is like, fuck your podcast. I'm going
All right, I'm off to watch Joker. There's a football game on. I'm going to watch Joker after the football game. I'll be back on around midnight. That's a good football game too. Damn.
It's a two-man podcast for the first hour.
Yeah. And then I skipped out on Mean Girls 20th anniversary, and I was like, I got the DVD here. I'll just watch it here.
What day is it today, Lou?
I know, October 3rd.
That's the day he asked me what day it was.
Yeah, I know because I remember that's the day he asked me what day it was. God, Mean Girls Day. So that I was so tempted. Kind of glad I didn't go just because the game was a really good game and I got to go find some Star Wars doorables and found them. So it worked out. Besides, I can always
he's holding Sabine's helmet.
Sabine's helmet. It is so cool.
How is that not amazing?
The flip side of that coin is, if it depends on how football goes on Sunday, they're also showing it on Sunday. So, and the Steelers play the Cowboys in the evening games. I can go watch the 1:00 show, watch the morning games up until the fourth quarter, go watch the movie, come back for the end of the afternoon games, and still be available to make sure I watch the Steelers game. So I can always go on Sunday, and that still may happen. But again, at the same time, I'm looking over here. I've got the DVD sitting right there in front of me, or Blu-ray. So I felt like I need to, and it's on streaming.
Going to the theaters is very fetch.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It really is. But I need it. Because I have 7 more to get platinum. I have 7 more visits. So that helps for my platinum status.
I forgot to tell you, I finally, we went to AMC on a Tuesday movie a few weeks back, and I finally got to see the Nicole Kidman AMC trailer that was everybody memed out like 3 years ago when the theaters first opened. And I was like, oh my God, I've never actually seen this in the theater before. This is amazing.
They're still showing it?
I can look at all the memes again.
Yeah, for real. That was my first.
Oh, yeah, this is a good meme.
Does AMC do Tightwad Tuesday as well? I only go to Cinemark because it's $5. So
yeah,
same price.
I think it's $6.
Okay,
so
you have to be a rewards member.
Was that?
You have to be a rewards member to take advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, well,
they all require you to be a member. I don't think any of them just give it to you.
Well, no, Cinemark is $5.50 if you're not a member. It's $5 if you are.
Okay.
So you could go to Cinemark for $5.50 if you want. If you have a Cinemark there.
We have one, and then most of the ones around me, the ones that are around me, distance wise, are Regal.
I used to. That used to be my favorite.
Cinemark's a little bit of a drive, and then we used to have there was like a theater. It was one of those ones where the kids' tickets were the same price as adults and that type of thing.
All the theater.
No. Like kids, if you wanted to bring a kid, it was $13 or whatever.
Oh, I thought the other way around.
So it kept a lot of kids away, or families away, because they didn't want to pay full price for their kids, which was amazing for somebody like me. And the last thing I want is some little shithead kicking the back of my seat or whatever. You know,
they tried that once with me. I turned around and the parents moved after I talked to them because I told them they're kicking the back. The little kid was kicking the back. Actually, it was just the dad and his kid, and the kid was kicking the back of my chair. And I was like, okay, once is fine. Did it again a few minutes later. I turned around. It was real simple. It was either you're going to handle him or I am. And the guy just kind of like eyes all wide. He just got up and moved over 4 seats. So.
And then you just got the echo of the leg kick where it's like it's not moving your seat, but you're still like.
Surprisingly enough, I don't know that he kicked it ever again. It was just because somebody was there, I guess. But y'all know me. I was ready. I was like, I will get thrown out of here. I have no problem. I will fight. I will beat your kid's ass. Let's do this.
Lots of the theater to go to.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Y'all gonna throw me out of here? That's fine. I'll go elsewhere. It'll happen. So. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. I mean, usually if I go to a kids movie, then I expect.
Sure.
You know, like when I went to go see Wild Robot, which was so freaking amazing.
Did you cry?
Like 3 times. Well, 2 for sure. I remember 2 for sure. I think there was 3, but 2 for sure.
So,
but it was a really
3 more
well
times than
done
I
movie.
cried during Rise of Skywalker. Please go on.
No. It was like I said. If you get a chance, just as a movie, it was pretty good.
Sure.
But I would have expected, kids and talking
Of course.
Daddy, did you see that or whatever? I expected there. So, but overall, yeah, absolutely loved that movie. It was. I'm glad I went and saw it.
Did you guys see the Thunderbolts trailer? We didn't talk about that. We didn't text about it. We didn't do nothing.
I've seen it. I did not see it at the theater, but I saw it. Oh man, I want to say Monday.
You mean Thunderbolts asterisk?
Yeah.
Yes, Thunderbolts
asterisk.
Yeah.
Yep. Saw it. Looked fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not Thursday night opening looking forward to it. I'm more like, I don't know. I'm not even, but better than Tuesday Tightwad, Tightwad Tuesday. So,
right.
So it might be like a Friday, Saturday matinee. It depends on when USC plays. And let me go catch a 1:00 show. USC doesn't play till 5:30. One of those type of things.
Right.
So, but it looked all right. I'm curious how this is going to play out. I'm curious why Scarlett Johansson is a freaking producer on credited producer on this. So, does she have a role in it? And is it required, or is it part of the deal she made because there's a because there's a Black Widow in it and she's at a producing credit? There's some behind the scenes shit going on, and I'm like, ooh, it'd be a nice surprise to have her in it.
I thought that was from her lawsuit.
That's what I'm saying. There might be a lawsuit issue where, but it doesn't involve her. She's not part of this. Right. So I'm saying unless they rename anytime you bring up a Black Widow, you have to give me a producer credit. That could have been part of the lawsuit. Right. So that's what I don't know.
That now she owns the Black Widow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know that that's true or not.
IP to one degree. I say owns, but
yeah, well, I know
that she's going to get a cut. A cut of it.
So yeah, or she has a flashback, or she's in it, and there's if you want me to do this, if you want to have me in this for this flashback because it helps your story, I want a producer credit. There could be all these things. Who cares? You watch a damn movie these days, executive produced or produced by. There's like a list of 35 people.
Mm-hmm. There's almost as many producers as there is VFX.
Yeah, for real.
For real though.
That's not even a joke.
I hope that this movie doesn't have any flashbacks because all of the characters that are in it, we already have had origin stories for them. To me, there's no reason to have flashbacks.
Hours of their origins. Yeah, we know all these characters.
Wait, who don't we know? We know.
That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because the flashback isn't necessarily for a point of a character's history. It could be a point of the story's history. So if the story requires a flashback, then that would make sense. But that's the only. I'm with you. Because that is the only way I could see a flashback being relevant. Because if it's character-based, then they're wasting our time.
Right. But I feel like, too, all of these characters are new enough that there shouldn't be, to me, personally, I don't feel like there should be a Bucky and Yelena run into each other and then it's all, hey, you remember when we played bingo together? I don't know. Sorry. You guys are all too new that I don't need to know how you guys met, right?
Ghost is the only one that might need some fill in.
Maybe.
Because Scott was supposed to go get her some quantum shit to help her with her phasing, and then disappeared for 5 years. So,
which again, I would be fine if a flashback happens at the beginning of the movie, right? You have it at the beginning of the movie, and
10
you say
years later.
Right. I'm fine with 10. I don't want to have it where Ghost shows up, and then all of a sudden we jump back for 20 minutes to do her thing. If you want to open the movie with her and then have her meet Scott and Scott says, I'll take care of you. And then maybe they finally kill Ant-Man, which they were supposed to do in Quantumania. She just thanks.
They weren't supposed to kill him. They're supposed to leave him in there again.
Oh yeah.
But either way, yeah. But my point is I agree with you that they shouldn't do character type development flashbacks. I will only support a story-based flashback. Mm-hmm. Because it's a waste of, like I said, it's a waste of all of our time otherwise.
But I also feel too that they've done enough with
Dreyfus.
Wow. Yeah, with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character interacting with all of these people that I feel like the flashbacks would just take away from those interactions that she already had with them too.
Again, it depends. It depends on what the flashback is and because we don't know the story. So if there's something that's relevant, then great. But I'm with you. I can't see how there'd be something relevant, but I'm also not in the writer's room. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm with you. I don't think it needs it at all. But that's based off of what I'm expecting to be a linear story. But we don't know that we're going to get a linear story. So
yeah. Well, and
hopefully.
But I think that's been one of the crutches that Marvel has leaned on a lot, and I don't.
What, the flashback?
I don't. Well, yeah, or the the flashback, flash forward, whatever. That's why I'm really glad that Agatha hasn't had any flashbacks. Like everything's just happening right now. If somebody needs to know something, they have a conversation about it, and then they move on. And there's no going back, and
I haven't seen it, so it's just exposition going on.
Well, yeah, or if there's a point,
there's something going on, you just don't know what.
Right, and if it's something,
if it's a character flashback, though, I'm sure.
If it's a character point, then they have some event that happens in the now that explains it, and then they just keep moving forward with it. So there's no what
you're saying makes sense. I could get it because I haven't seen any episodes yet. Yeah. I'm just asking, when they get to that, do they actually do something, or is it exposition?
Exposition.
Okay, well, so
I'm okay with that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so they're on this witch's road, right?
Right.
They got to get a coven together, go down the witch's road. Every episode so far, they stop at this house.
Same house?
So they go into the house.
Different houses.
No. Okay. And then it's a challenge for one of the witches.
Ah.
So spoilers. By the way,
that's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried. I mean, you can talk about it all you want. It's not going to stop me from watching it. I don't care if I find out when it's over. I'll binge it. Likely, I might get bored and watch it sooner. But
So this week was the girl going through her mommy issues. Why? Because all the witches that Agatha got are I don't know the word they use, but they're broken witches.
They're bound.
They got their powers. They're bound. They can't use their powers.
So the goal,
that's why
so they're all trying to walk this road to get their powers.
So that was the carrot that Agatha dangled in front of them to join the coven. Is, hey, join me, and when we get to the end, you'll get your power back.
Have we got to that boy in the trailer where they blocked off his mouth? Have they got to that scene yet?
They've talked about it, but we don't know who he is.
Because he can't say his name or his background. Every time he does, it mutes him.
But again,
that wasn't a trailer issue. That's actually happening in the show.
Yeah.
So, Jack,
that's cool.
To me that to me is also a perfect example when Agatha and him had that conversation about what it was. I didn't need a flashback. I was perfectly fine with them having the couple of beats, like the 2-minute conversation they had, and now we're moving on. To me, that was great. I'm glad we didn't have a 10-minute flashback of,
why he's like that.
Yeah.
Is all the rumor talk that he's Mephisto or some shit?
Well, they've mentioned Mephisto
in the show,
but they said his name.
So
right on.
Comics, going to the comics for a minute. So one of the versions of Wanda's kids were actually
Mephisto. Yeah,
Mephisto's spawn.
Yeah, I know.
And so they haven't indicated. The assumption is that he's one of Wanda's kids, because one of Wanda's kids becomes a young Avenger with magic.
Wiccan.
Yeah. The one it was on the back of the pop already that they spoiled.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see then if they use that as the jumping off point for Mephisto. But so far, I've not had any problems with the show at all. I think
I was just gonna say I actually haven't heard plus or minus. In the beginning with the whole it's the gayest show Marvel show. It's like, oh my god, here we go again with that crap. But that was like before episode 1 came out. I haven't heard anything positive or negative, not even anything about the whole woke shit since then. I just haven't heard anything. I think the only thing I might have heard was the ratings are not good. Well, let me take that back. It's not that the ratings aren't good. The viewership, the views are not good.
It's the challenge is that it's a very niche character, and this is this is probably their most niche show, right? It's somebody who was in another TV show and has not been in any of the movies. None of the other characters have been in any of the other movies. So I think that's the challenge, is that they have this show that they have this character who, unless you watch WandaVision, you would have no idea who it is. It's not like she has some sort of legacy in other...
And even then, if you're not following, I like Marvel, but I don't, follow the news on it. So, like, even if you saw, well, okay, an example is my mom. She likes to watch the Marvel movies. Not a peep out of her about this.
Hmm.
So I don't even think she knows it exists.
So that might be a marketing thing. I don't know, but
Also possible, yeah.
Yeah, but if that was the case, that would be bad. That means they think their show is not good, so they're not going to market it. So there's not enough eyeballs for people to talk about it.
I honestly think what's happening right now is, especially with the stuff that happened at San Diego and stuff, is that they are trying to get to the point that they can reboot everything. That's my personal 2 cents from the stuff that I've read and the thing.
Yeah,
like
they have that lined up though.
But I'm saying, like, they have all this stuff that they've already kind of announced or has been done. So that's why Ironheart's coming out, right? Because Ironheart was already made.
Chances are, yeah, but is it? Is it going to get the Batgirl?
My point is that they're going to be probably dumping a lot of this stuff between now and what's the next one coming out? Why can't I think of it? Well, Thunderbolts, right?
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah. Well, Captain America and then Thunderbolts after that, right? And that's the only two for next year.
Movie wise,
right?
Fantastic Four too. Fantastic Four's coming out next year.
Four is next summer, isn't it?
But all three of those,
I think so,
to one degree or another, are going to be soft reboots of everything that happened before. So it wouldn't surprise me if they release these shows as almost kind of like, okay, well, we have it already in the can, so we're gonna just put it out there, even though, because I don't.
That's not always good marketing, though. That's not.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm saying I think they want to. I think they want to kind of almost clean the slate and get to the point of, okay, we've released everything that we have done, everything that we've talked about, everything that is newsworthy, and then we're going to move forward with, a new Captain America and a new Iron Man and whatever.
I suppose that could be done if there's relevance to the story. Or if not, you just shit can it and don't show it at all. Because you can't have something in Agatha or Ironheart or whatever the next TV show is. You can't have something in there that's going to mess with something else. So that they have their plan, like you're talking about, their plan to reset anything in the future. Therefore, they'd have to. I think he's not saying like they'd have to
a straight reboot. It's just get everything out so that they can refocus on, putting everything back together.
The new cast,
all this stuff.
But they're already doing that, though. What I mean is they're already changing direction with obviously with Jonathan Majors and his problems. So we already got rid of Kang, and now think about it. Avengers is supposed to be the Kang dynasty and all this, so that's not happening. So what I'm saying is they can't. If Ironheart, which was made 2 years ago at this point almost, and obviously Agatha took forever to get released. What I'm saying is, they can't have something from that come out if it messes up with their future plan which is now changed since those have been done. So if Agatha is a standalone, nothing wrong with it. If Ironheart is a standalone, nothing wrong with it. But they can't take Ironheart and bring it. Oh, there's a Kang issue in Ironheart. You can't have that. That's what I'm saying.
I think they nipped the Kang issue in the bud early enough that I don't think you're going to see ripples in Agatha or Ironheart or any of the rest of them.
But Ironheart was done before the King problem happened.
But I think that. But again, that's when you bring in reshoots, right? And I'm not saying I agree with reshoots, but I'm saying but I think that was such a compartmentalized. Quantumania was still on its own. It's not like Kang has announced himself to anybody outside of Ant-Man and Wasp, right?
Yeah, they're the only ones. Loki settled that,
right? So that's my point: is that they can have Agatha be on her own and do her own thing. I don't actually know where you would go with Agatha at the end of this, as far as everything else that they've announced, right? Just the stuff that they've announced. They haven't announced anything with Wanda.
Yeah. No. Because of the whole No More Mutants and the comic books and with Wanda's tie to all that happened back then. That's I'm not going to say it's a reach, but that's the only thing I've been able to come up with of how Agatha could tie in, is at the end there's going to be a Wanda connection.
Right. But
they're also bringing in like the supernatural kind of stuff too, like with the werewolf show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I think they're starting to lean into like the magical kind of stuff.
Mystical, magical.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do too with the stuff that they couldn't do because of the Fox Disney thing. Now the book is open to them. They can go any direction that they want. They can say the word mutant, which they couldn't say 5 years ago or 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So Again, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I honestly think that both Agatha and Ironheart, if you're going to take two shows that you can have completely divorced from everything that's going on otherwise, as far as announced movies and stuff, those are probably the two best pre-existing characters, right? That you can have Ironheart go back to school and just be a nerd and just do whatever, right? And be creating her Iron Man suit and doing her own thing. And then you can bring her in down the road if you wanted to.
What's
down
the
the
conflict? You can just have the show, okay, hey, we're going to do this. There needs to be a conflict.
I don't know what the conflict, but my point is that you have two characters that they can have their own show that's insulated from the rest of the MCU.
They
right?
could.
Her conflict is whatever, but
probably be bad.
They're going to release. They're going to release that because if they want to go Young Avengers, because they already have, Kate, and America. So they have enough characters
and Yelena. So I mean, they have
Yelena and Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, all the pieces are there.
They're about to get Wiccan.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. It's one of these things where nobody's talking good things about Ironheart of what's been done.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it going to get the Echo treatment? We're going to drop it all at once. People are going to dog it, and then they'll forget about it because it all came out at once. Versus 6 weeks of dogging on it. It'll be interesting.
That's possible. I mean, yeah,
we'll see.
If it's not relevant to any future story, again, like Young Avengers, they drop it all at once so it can go away. They've already done it. We're going to send it out. We'll see what happens. But if there's actually, value to this show, they'll probably do it right. Reshoot. They've already done reshoots on Ironheart.
Yeah.
So, and it's been sitting around waiting for whatever reason. Obviously, they know we don't. But again, it's probably some woke bullshit. So whatever. Because especially it was made a couple years ago when that was the height of what Disney was doing. So if it is, fine. If it's relevant to the story, fine. Don't care. Be woke. Just have a good story while you're being woke. That's all I care about.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go to your high school reunions?
I went to my 10. That's it.
I went to my 5 and
They did a
decided
5?
I was never. Yeah. Decided I was never going to do that again.
Yeah. Why? Seems like a bitch move. I'm still in college.
Wait, 1? Somebody's doing a 1?
No. 5 seems like a bitch move because you'd still be in college.
Oh my god! I heard first. I thought you said first. I was like first. Somebody's doing a 1 year.
It might have been 10.
Mine was definitely 10. I remember. I was in Vegas.
It might have been 10. Where was I when I?
Yeah.
I was living in California, but that doesn't mean anything because I lived in California for.
No. I remember I went to 10 and it wasn't bad. I really didn't have any interest after that. It was like, do I want to go to 20? Don't care. 30 was last year. Didn't care. So it's like, no.
The one I went to, everybody was just trying to still everyone just went back to like how they were in high school. Like all the guys, all the football team, like wore their Letterman's jackets and all that bullshit.
Well, that's
and it was like,
it's a high school reunion.
But my point is, like, then they reverted back to how they were in high school.
That's bad.
Or maybe they just, maybe they hadn't changed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's even worse. I'm curious, Jack. Does that mean you have 20 year coming up?
No, I have never gone to one. I went to 4 different high schools, so
yeah, 4 different opportunities.
Been that interested. Right?
Well, yeah, but you only graduated from 1, so that's
that's
go
to
matters.
4.
Yeah, you'd go to the one you graduated.
I don't even think I've been invited to one.
I don't think that's how it works. I think you have to go look for it.
Sometimes, yeah. I think when I was younger, they had reached out to me. Said, "Hey, join this Facebook group," and it was like it was one of those where they were putting all the plans together, and you were like supposed to say, "Yeah, I'll be there," and I was very underwhelmed. The girl that I had the hots for in high school didn't end up going to the reunion because she was having twins that night. So that told me everything I needed to know. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm good.
It means you could hook up without having to worry about getting her pregnant. That's what it means.
Right?
Well, no, she was having twins that night. Like, that night it happened. So I'm not going to go up in the delivery room and be like, sup?
Skeet. I see your legs already open.
How far are the contractions apart? 3 minutes? Oh, we can still do this.
We got this. 3 minutes, we can do it twice.
Dilated, are you?
I'm sorry. Well, you better be pretty dilated if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
You need some help with that dilation. I'm sorry if if one of your kids comes out with a bump.
Hey, they got that soft spot in their head for a reason.
This baby comes out looking like a golf ball.
Oh shit! Yeah, so that just seems random, Jack. I just figured you had a 20.
It was random. It was just stuff I was thinking about. I think I got like an email from classmates.com or some shit. Oh, so and so remembers you. I'm like, do they though? You won't tell me, will you? Unless I pay your subscription.
Yep.
Is that how it's done nowadays with class reunions? Is it classmates.com?
I mean, a lot of them do it through Classmates because there's like it's Facebook and it's a very minimum. You get like a very minimum level of availability on classmates.com. So like you can create an account, you can say I was part of this class, and you can like see the list of people who are on classmates.com as well. But if you like click on a link, it says, "Oh, you have to join, $20 a month," and that type of thing. And I think if somebody in your class pays, they can set up like a reunion page. But my last reunion would have been, I guess I'll have my 30 year coming up next year. Yeah. 95.
So yeah, we're only in 24 still. Yeah, we're only in 24 right now.
Yeah. So, but the last
October
one,
3rd.
they like had it in town, and it was like you had to pay for you had to give them money before for renting the restaurant, and they were doing something on Friday night and something on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes. Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a big family picnic at the park and I'm like,
yep.
Cool. So I get to show up, and everyone will be like, "Oh, where's your wife? Where are your kids? Blah 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 blah. Haven't made any of those mistakes." You're
like, here's my sock.
Yeah,
that's where all my kids are. Here's my wife.
Yeah.
In fact, after that plastic surgery,
better fact, it's both my wives. I'm Mormon. I have 2 wives. Oh,
3
man.
if I'm getting a little frisky.
Hell yeah. No, I don't think I'd have any interest in going. Like my next one wouldn't be for another 9 years. For 40. Not.
Yeah. My mom used to send me, when I moved to California, she used to send me clippings out of the newspaper of people who were in my class who committed suicide or died or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know who that, I don't know who that was. Like literally we were playing, was it after softball? I was out, I was out with a group of friends, and then a couple showed up, and the girl went to my high school, but was 2 years behind me, which was weird because that was the first time I'd ever met anybody just kind of out in the wild that was that close. I've met other people who have gone to where I went to high school, but it's always, I'm class of
years and years apart.
Yeah, I'm class of 87, or I'm class of
when you were a senior.
No, not even that. I graduated in 97 or 87. I graduated in 2005, and I'm like, whoa.
No, I'm saying your situation with her.
So I was you went.
She was a sophomore when you were a senior.
Yeah, you went to school with my sister, and
That's cool.
So I mean, that's and that was fine. It was again, somebody I didn't know, and it was mostly oh, did you know this person? Did you know that? Do you remember
a lot
of that?
A lot of that.
But I mean, it's not like we exchanged numbers and hung out outside of that little, So obviously, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't let's go back and relive old times again or whatever. Let's grab a drink later on and continue to go down this memory path.
There might be a closet they make out to.
Did you ever play 7 Minutes in Heaven? With me, it's only 3.5 minutes, so you can get out early.
Visibly 2 of them in there.
3.5 for
high school, Lou. They're not into girls yet.
Yeah, they are. Especially, Jesus, worse now than it was back then. In New Jersey, they were. Not so much in Texas.
At least it wasn't as obvious in Texas. They were more repressed.
Sorry. Texas high school, no. Texas college, yes. There's very different things.
But yeah, zero interest. So, I mean,
okay,
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking. I have zero interest in it. I know my dad went to one a couple years ago. He went all
Man,
the way back to North Carolina for it.
I honestly don't know too many people. Like, I went to mine with a couple people that I knew like my senior year and hung out with. Like 4 or 5 of us went, and that was the only time we went. And nobody else that I know, like, everyone talks about theirs. So it's like, I don't know. I know it was a thing, back in the 80s, 90s. But once we get to the 90s graduates,
Yeah. Well, and now like I'm not on Facebook or anything, so I don't even ever
even
see
more
any of
difficult
that
for
stuff.
you. Yeah.
Like,
Unless you're looking for it, you're not going to see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody's like reached out to me like individually and been like, "Hey."
What would you go if they did?
I mean, it would depend on the circumstances. Like,
and the person who reached out, I imagine.
Yeah. If it was like, because I remember
Homegirl with the twins is divorced now.
No shit, huh?
Right?
But probably has 3 more kids. But
just don't adopt them, you'll be fine.
No shit. The girl who reached out to me was like one of those girls. Like when I got the message, I was like, "Oh yeah, like I totally would expect you to be one of the ones to run it, right?" Like, so obviously you haven't changed.
Yeah,
you haven't changed since
we all have that person in our class, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I wandered around with a drink for like an hour, and like interacted with a couple people, and like, but it was mostly just like, "Hey." Otherwise, it was just kind of standing on like the periph of like a group of people talking, and just trying to like figure out like who these people were, because I mean, my group of friends in high school was very, very small, and one of the guys that I went to high school with, like one of the first trips I came back to Oregon after moving to California, like I came back and looked him up and drove out to his house. He lived in like McMinnville or some shit, and like he'd already had like 3 kids, and like, but he was like one of the smartest guys that I knew, and he was like addicted to meth and shit. And so when I saw him, he was just tweaking out, and I was just like, okay, like, cool, man, like, good to see you, man. I hope, like, but I haven't reached out to him since.
Hope your teeth grow back, bro.
I know, huh? But I mean, and again, like I kind of look back on that sometimes and maybe wish I would have handled things a little differently, but yeah, like,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Shit.
So, I mean, even when I went to my reunion, I met some guy that I maybe had a conversation or two with, and he had brought his girlfriend, and I pronounced his girlfriend's name right the first time, and she was from Japan, I think.
Wait, how hard is that to do? Somebody tells you their name, you repeat what they say.
No, but the name, it was one of those ones that had like a weird, like the way you said it wasn't like how it was spelled type of thing. Like but when I said it, she was like, "Oh, you said it right. Usually people don't say it right." And then we just spent the rest of the night flirting while he was sitting there. So whatever. Like she became very attached to me once I could pronounce her name right. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't realize it was that easy.
Maybe they're an open couple and just wanted you to go play with them.
Dude, I had no idea. This was my 10th year anniversary. I had no idea what was going on. I was just
okay.
I was just like, okay. I'm sorry, Lou. I wasn't lining up open relationships when I was
28.
Yeah.
You're lost.
I barely had sex by that point, my friend.
but you had sex, so you had practice already. You just got to work your way in there.
Maybe I will go back to my 30 just to see if they're still together. Can you give me your number?
Right. I see your ex-wife is not here. Can I get them digits? That'd be great.
You still talk to your girlfriend that I met at the 10-year reunion?
Mm-hmm. Now that would be, I'd be more fascinated about those type of stats. Like I wouldn't give a shit about the reunion itself. I'd be more like, give me the drama. Like what bullshit is going on right now? It's like, okay, this person was married to this person, and now this person is on their 6th wife. This person's on their 5th husband. That type of shit. This person's got 3 kids from 4 dads.
And also, I'd be curious about how many people actually left town.
Oh, that would be a good one too.
Because where I went to high school and where I grew up,
out of there.
It was very like I think there was a mentality of being stuck there.
Yeah, dude, I was in Barstow, so yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so I think it was very.
You and your parents had the same high school gym teacher.
For real.
No shit.
That's that man. I know.
You're a slacker, McFly, just like your father when he went here.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, good. I think it would depend on the story. I know the last time that they had one that I was aware of, I had zero interest in doing what they had planned. So That would be the only thing, was if they were doing something that I found interesting or something that maybe was different than what I'd done before. But I think most high school reunions are kind of along the same lines, right? There's like the adult night and then the family day.
I don't think we didn't have a family day. But again, it was only 10 years, so.
Yeah, but I bet you're
now,
40, they'll have it.
Yeah, now it's probably a thing, or it'll be geriatric day. Bring your wheelchair day after.
Yeah, right.
Get older it gets. But
prescription pill swap.
For real.
Which pill is yours?
Yeah, I think.
What do you want? Give me a couple of those.
I'd have to lose a bet to go back. I don't see a point at this anymore. 10 was interesting because college had been most people if you went to college, you're 4 or 5 years removed. What are you doing? That curiosity. Okay, great. Now.
Yeah. So
that's cool. Now you guys are just stuck with me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's Jack's the closest thing I have to a high school buddy anymore.
Right?
It was 3 years after, but it's fine.
Still counts.
Yeah,
totally
close
counts.
enough. Close enough.
Did you go to a Taiwan Tuesday movie this week?
Not this week. We had karaoke.
Okay.
So, what'd you sing?
That's
a great question. What did you sing?
They on Tuesdays, you can rent a room, and it's $12 a person for the whole night. Usually, it's
the whole night, like 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's
so we started at 6 o'clock.
Really
and
good.
We got done at we started at 6:30 and ended at 11:45. I think they stay up until midnight. So usually it's like $8 to $10 an hour. So
$12 a person. I don't care how many people you have there. That's a good price.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Let me find out. What did I play? What did I sing?
You don't remember? 2 days ago. You don't remember what you sang?
Alone by Heart.
Wow.
My love and You're Never Gonna Get It by Invoke.
Stop. Did you hit the high note in Alone?
I tried, but it was the last song of the night.
Oh, okay.
So, and we haven't done karaoke, and it's funny,
no.
the website that keeps your history and stuff. If you look, the last time we did it was February 11th, 2020 was the last time we did karaoke as far as an event. So it's kind of wild that it was a month before the world ended. So it's been a long time
for a breakdown.
I started with Break On Through by The Doors.
Easy one.
Gold on
2 minutes, get in, get out. Yep.
Yeah. Gold on the Ceiling by the Black Keys. Blaze of Glory.
Jovi, okay.
Did Hakuna Matata. There was a couple of us that jumped in.
Which version?
The original, the cartoon version.
Okay.
With the three, Timon and Pumbaa and
Simba.
So I always play Pumbaa. I'm always the warthog. So
wow, right.
Yeah, judgy much? I know my group pretty judgy.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot more old songs, so we had a lot of we had Elvis, Frank Sinatra. People were digging in the crates. Usually we do a lot more modern stuff. But
Boomer party? What's going on?
I think it was just that was where people's comfort level was. I don't require anybody to sing. If you want to pay your $12 and show up and just hang out, that's fine with me. I
don't know that anybody that requires anybody to sing. If you're a cool group, you don't make somebody sing in your group.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna sing what you want. I just figure if people are singing that, I figure you're hanging out with a bunch of boomers. That's all.
No. They're all around my age, so I guess they're.
Oh wow, Gen Xers, and they're still singing all that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So
power to them.
Yeah.
I would say I'm too sexy.
Oh yeah, right said Fred. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that. EMF, unbelievable.
When you walk into the room, that automatically just pops up. Is the problem? You don't even have to pick it.
Duke,
it just
entrance music.
Duke, stop right there, Duke. You know damn well when you walk in a room, something else pops up.
That's only no. That's what proves it. Damn it! They got cameras in the
side
room.
over here.
Welcome to Men on Karaoke.
You know what they do? I bet because inevitably, I'm sure they probably play "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey.
Oh my God, white people karaoke.
They probably hear that 100 times a night, right?
Yeah.
Over the course of a night. I'm I bet they sit in they do a Deadpool on how many people are air guitaring. They because all the rooms have cameras. So I'm sure the second they hear it come on and they're watching the camera, they're okay, how many guys are air guitaring right now? because there was like 4 of us. All of us were playing air guitar, and it was not very well at all.
Why can't white people just go to karaoke and not play that song once? Just once for me. Just once. Fucking A.
I don't think we said no. We didn't do Bohemian Rhapsody, so I feel like that's a big deal.
That one's more of a at an actual bar karaoke, not the private room. I don't. Too many people do that, but don't stop. Really, any Journey period. You're oh my god.
We opened
Carrie Underwood.
We opened with The Saga Begins. So
that's a good one. Not done.
We did that when we went to the minor league hockey
Star Wars
one
night?
of the intermissions. Yeah, they had the whole arena did karaoke.
I could dig it.
And of course, I was rocking it, so they put me on the screen for like half the song.
Nice. And they titled it "Who has the biggest schlong in the arena?" Boom! This guy.
I might have to look into to see if the Avalanche for hockey or the Nuggets for basketball do a Star Wars night out here.
I'm sure both of them do. I mean, Star Wars night is pretty.
Baseball.
I think Star Wars nights are pretty standard, even if they don't have like a
everywhere?
shirt or. I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Golden Knights don't do Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay.
And I haven't seen one for Raiders either.
I think the ones that have longer seasons. Football.
Yes.
I think is a little harder.
Football, basketball, baseball. Yeah. Football. I think hard. Basketball, hockey. Yeah, basketball, hockey.
I don't see a ton of theme nights for football. Period. I'll see a couple of them, but
that's a good point. Oh, they don't necessarily have theme nights, but the games out here they have giveaways. But it's not like
that's different.
To me, that's different. First 4,000 people show up, whatever.
They'll get a towel or they'll get a hat
I got
whatever.
A little face mask thing last year.
But I think
we'll put them on our seats.
But basketball basketball and baseball, I think it's a lot easier for them to have a lot more diverse theme nights.
Especially, 41 chances to do it. 41 home games for baseball or for basketball, 41 for hockey, and then 81 for baseball. So I totally get it. Wait, they put stuff on the seats and people don't steal it?
I mean,
didn't say that.
It does happen. My little one does have sticky fingers. I'm just saying, if you're not there by the second quarter, it's hers.
Well, that's different. By the time I'm the second quarter of my ass, by the time the game starts, I give you halfway through the first quarter. When we get to 7 minutes, when we get to 7 minutes left in the first quarter, I'm looking around. I'm taking everybody's shit. It's going to be on eBay by the end of the first quarter.
Jack picks seats 7, 8, and 9. They end up with 9 towels at the end of the night. By the time they sit down.
I'm telling you, man, it'll be on eBay by the start of the second quarter.
A picture of you in your seat holding up the bobblehead.
Yep.
This last game, they didn't give us anything, but the one before they gave us flags, which were pretty badass.
Hold on. At the Raiders game you talking about?
Yeah.
So the opening.
Yeah, the last game they didn't give us anything, but the game before,
the first game,
they gave us flags.
Well, the first game that makes sense. Like a big Raiders flag? Or?
Yeah, dude, it was a big flag.
So you got 4 of them bad boys? No, you got 3 of them bad boys. You sold one.
Shit, we got more.
No,
Homeboy never came to. Sometimes we sell the ticket. They just want to get in the stadium, dude. They don't even come in.
Like they don't come and hang out with the seats. They just walk around.
No. And I'm waiting, dude, because it's only been 3 of us the last couple games, and I'm like, dude, please sit there. Please let me get Ignan up in here.
Yeah, my style.
So that's just my seat.
Hell yeah, I can appreciate that.
Because the last game was this big fat dude sat down. He didn't sit in my seat. He sat in the one next to it. But I could have sworn he's going to try to sit in my seat.
Yeah, he's big and fat. He sat in his seat. It wasn't your seat, so it don't matter.
For real though.
Well, the next two, all 4 will be taken, so you're good.
Yep. They
is it the oldest? Hold on, back up. Is the oldest not going? You said 3. Who's not going?
No, she's the big one. She wanted to go to this last one, but she wanted to stay home and pack and.
Oh, okay.
Try to be responsible a little bit.
That is not a small flag,
right? Because you know how big she is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a good size flag.
That's a good size flag. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we lost that game, like the first Raiders home game ever. with all the black jerseys, and they lost
I
to
know,
the
right?
Panthers.
Nobody gave a shit about the Panthers, really. Finally, where it's 80% or more Raiders fans,
Right?
and then y'all lose. And at least you beat Cleveland, man.
That's true.
That helps the Steelers too. So.
Now we're going to get rid of Devontae.
Probably. No guarantee, but probably.
I would.
I were to bet,
I would expect his. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I would bet that his hamstring is going to be hurt until he gets traded.
Agreed. Same thing happened to Jalen Ramsey 5 years ago with the Jaguars.
And then all of a sudden, magically, he'll be starting the following week with the Jets,
which is exactly what happened with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
he had a neck injury until he got traded, and the neck got healed.
Yep.
It was that West Coast air. He went to the Rams and was like, "Oh, I'm healed."
Right.
I need Pacific Ocean, not Atlantic. But I don't know that he's going to go to the Jets. I don't know, man.
Jets and the Saints were the two teams that he said that he would be open.
Well,
yes, he wants to go to those quarterbacks.
Yeah, the two quarterbacks. Yeah. He'd go elsewhere. Like, I mean, it's just that I don't know that elsewhere are good at, like, the Chiefs are the only ones that can really use him right now with their injuries. Yeah. But you're not going to trade him.
They're not going to give him to the Chiefs.
You're not going to trade in division.
No.
Yeah, in division is not going to happen. So you can't do that. If anything, you'd leave conferences. I wouldn't even trade him to the Jets, same conference. I'd send his ass over to the Saints if I'm going to pick. Yeah. But the Saints don't need him. They've got Olave and Rashid Shaheed. I mean, I don't know, man.
They still have Alvin Kamara. Like, I mean, and he's a good receiver out of the backfield.
Out of the backfield, yeah. But if you're going to line up receivers, I'm not saying he can't do well there. It's like, if I'm the Saints, am I giving up a second round and extra compensation for that? And do I have the cap space? Because
no,
he's going to hit.
They're still in cap hell, dude.
He's $1 billion based off his signing bonuses and everything. He's $1 million a week for however long he stays on your team, and then he hits to $36 million next year or in the year after. So it's like, it's not so much that Saints or Jets are probably the best for him because he knows the quarterbacks. But the teams don't necessarily they're not in a position to take him on, is the problem. And if you're going to go by top 14, because you figure top 14, 7 from each make the playoffs. So he's only going to go to a playoff team. You're not going to trade him, to the Bears or to the Panthers. Well, the Panthers are kind of better now, but still 1-3. You're not going to trade him to one of those teams because he just won't go. I don't know if he has a trade clause or not, but if he gets traded to one of those teams, his hamstring is going to be stuck all year. So that's not an option either.
Right now, the Saints currently have $2.7 million in cap space.
So they can't get him.
2025, they're at negative $81 million.
Well, that's for now. The cap, they don't know what the next year's cap number is. So again, so the Saints aren't realistic.
But my point is that they're in cap hell. Because even if unless it goes up $81 million, which it won't, it'll go up maybe 15 or 20. I think is what it usually goes up every year.
Check the numbers. I could swear it went up like $35 million this year. But you can cut people to get under the cap, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But the point is, they can't afford them this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Jets cap number is, but it would need to be around $12 million.
Jets have 16 available.
Jets could do it. Okay, Jets could do it this year.
Speaking of Rashid Shaheed, I just added him to my team.
And next year they have 88 million available.
Oh, speaking of, I'll do fantasy football. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. 2-quarterback league. I started Baker tonight. That worked out. I benched Kirk Cousins.
Oh man!
500 yards and 5 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he's on my bench. 38 points sitting on my bench. Yeah, that was not smart, but whatever. I'm still projected to win that match too. So because Baker did well, Mike Evans did well, Drake London did. I mean, I got all these players on my team. So, but yeah, I wasn't expecting Cousins to pull it off on a short week. Now he's a must start after this week. Good God, the whole Atlanta offense is a must start. They play like that. Granted, it was the Bucs defense that are missing some people, so they had like 3 or 4 starters out. So it's like,
Young Ho Koo got me 15 points in one of my other leagues.
Oh, you're in a weak ass league. He got me 17. You don't get the points for 4 or 5?
I don't think so.
It
just says 15 right now.
Yeah.
Cole Otten got me 7.4 tonight. Somebody already scored. Let's see. Somebody's already up 35 points. That's Mike Evans got 23 points, and Chase McLaughlin got 16 points tonight.
Chase did well too. I almost picked him up in my league I'm in with Bill. I was like, no, it'll be fine. It didn't really matter. I don't have a defense or a kicker, and I'm still projected to win by 20. I was like, bye weeks, I'll add one if I need one. It's looking like I don't need to add one. So we'll knock on wood. We'll see what plays out on Sunday. But because worst case scenario, I can add a kicker or a defense from Monday night and Sunday night football. So if I need to,
Darnell Mooney got 31 points in another league.
Mooney went off. Yep, sure did. Told you, Kirk Cousins, 500 something passing yards. Man, I'm sitting in my bed. I don't know anybody that would have started Kirk Cousins in fantasy football this week anyway.
Oh yeah, he did. He got me 27 points
on your bench
in our league. Yeah, no, I probably should have started Baker. I have
wait.
Fields for my starter.
Who got you 27?
Mooney.
Oh, Mooney. Okay,
nice.
You should.
And the little numbers, what he was projected, right?
Yeah.
8.36, but he got 27.
Damn. What's your matchup now? Projected to win by something?
75%.
Okay.
112 to 89. I guess I should help my wife out and help her bench Devontae.
Oh my God! You don't want to get in trouble again for not telling your wife to manage her own team. Heaven forbid. It won't matter. All of us who are paying attention will make the playoffs with the bot.
Is the bot's 4-0 now? Is that?
I think he is.
I think so. I think the bot is actually 4-0.
Yeah, he's 4-0.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh man, I think I'm either 3-1 or 4-0 or 2.
You're 4-0, and the bot's 4-0.
And the manager-less team is supposed to win this week too.
Oh yeah, by a lot.
Holy shit! Yeah,
probably going against somebody not paying attention.
Who is Crazy Canines?
Yeah, that's the girl who hasn't been paying attention since week 1.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, she got spanked 116 to 66. The week before the draft, the manager-less team won 106 to 95. The week before that,
I play that team,
dude. For real.
In week 2, the managerless team scored 157 points.
I think this week aren't I playing K9, the one who's not paying attention? Don't I play her this week?
Yeah, you're playing Killings now. Yeah,
because I don't have a quarterback, and I don't have a quarterback rostered or bye week, so I don't have a quarterback, and I'm still projected to win. Only because she has 3 people that are like getting 0 points.
Right. Yeah, she's playing 3 people that are on IR.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, if you don't want to pay attention, don't join the league.
For real, though.
That's right. At least we know next year. Like this is your first time, the woman's first time. So next year we'll narrow it down, get rid of the people who were jokes, and the ones who are playing, and then we'll add people who actually will play. So now you guys have a handle, but at least have a better idea of what it is. But wifey needs to pay attention. It's like how she gonna draft all these Raiders? Right. Hey, make sure they're playing.
Right.
Are you redoing? Are you filling out the managerless team with players?
No. Girl isn't touching it. She's letting it be. Why? What's up?
Well, no, I'm just saying, is she or who's in charge of the managerless team?
SO.
Owen.
Okay, so is she at least benching players that are on bye and stuff like that? Or
I don't know. I thought the computer does it itself.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If it doesn't, I'll let her know to go in there and make changes so it's like a real team.
Well, it did bench. It benched it for me because Philly's on a bye week and they benched him.
They benched the defense. Put in a new. Oh, they benched the quarterback. So okay, well there you go. Because I'm almost certain she didn't do it, so the computer must be doing it. What I'm not sure about is, can you trade with the bot? I don't know. Can the bot?
I think I tried.
Use the waiver
if it went through or not.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. So I never had a bot situation. Somebody was supposed to. Her roommate's boyfriend was supposed to jump in, but he didn't, and probably a good thing because a week later those two broke up. So her roommate and her boyfriend. So it's probably a good thing that he didn't join. He would have bailed anyway. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you like fantasy football, you don't care. Like I don't care if I'm with this person or not. I like fantasy football. I'm
Yeah.
beat her harder. right? Oh, for real. That's what I would
Whoop
be.
that trick.
I would be like, man, what we gotta do here? I'm trying to whoop that ass. So yeah, I'm doing all right in my other leagues. I like at least it's 4 games, so I'm at least 2-2 in all but one of my 5.
God, that is I think I realized in paying a little bit of attention to the news, especially on Twitter or whatever. After 4 weeks, let's look at the playoff picture. I'm like, motherfuckers, we're not even a quarter of the way through. Who's the MVP so far this year? What are you fucking talking about? Like, you literally have nothing else to talk about. Like,
yeah,
I'm upset they're not making more fun of Mahomes for taking out Rice.
Well, yeah, that just happens. You can't knock a guy for making a tackle. However, if I'm Mahomes, I would feel bad, right? If you don't throw that pick, you don't hurt Rice. Forget the fact that you're the one who hit his leg. If you just don't throw the pick. But and then they're all like, "Oh, he's not out for the season." I'm like, yes, he is. Stop that shit. He's out for the season. They're like, we're not going to designate that yet. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I actually looked up this dude on YouTube, and he explains football injuries.
Oh,
I forget what his name was.
He's a doctor, right?
Yeah. And he's like, he hyperextended his knee, and the way that his ankle was when Mahomes hit him, he's done.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why they're trying to play coy. It's like, dude, you're done he's done for the season. You're just going to put him on temporary IR until he gets a second opinion. I'm like, the second opinion is going to be the same as the first. He's done. Expect Juju and Xavier Worthy to be your starters the rest of the way, along with Mecole Hardman, and that's all there is to it. Travis Kelce is about to get 47 targets a game. And that's all.
Dude, he's not even. I watched a video that they were saying like Mahomes isn't even like looking at Kelce.
Well, because he's
weird.
Yeah, no. I saw NFL Live or something last week about that, and it made sense. He's being doubled, and they're letting Rashee Rice open until he got hurt. They're leaving him open to see if he could beat him, and he is. So they expected that they would start doubling him, and now Travis opens up, which is exactly what happened this last week. Travis had 8 catches, the most he's had the first 3 games combined. So
yeah.
So it was right. I mean, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm probably doubling up on Kelce and let him get 0 catches also, and let me see if the second-year player can beat me. And then the second-year player is beating me, and now we have to go back. So now Juju and Xavier will be the pickups because if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm doubling Kelce again because who else does Patrick have to throw it to? I would not be surprised if Amari Cooper gets traded from Cleveland to the Chiefs. Obviously, the Devontae thing is unlikely to happen because of location and all that. Raiders and Chiefs. These receivers who are just like, I'm on a shitty team. Cortland Sutton, if he wasn't a Bronco, might have went to the Chiefs, but again, your division can't do that. But Chiefs, I suppose they could keep who they have because they've all started. Juju started for them, the year before last. So they have people. They don't need to do anything, the Chiefs, which is sad, especially since they're 4-0. They look like shit, and they're still 4-0. Imagine when they look good. And they don't have their starting running back for the next 2 weeks after he's already missed 2 weeks. That team is just ridiculous. To be that good, and you're missing stars, damn shame. You can appreciate good football, but damn, that's ridiculous. That's too good. They're about to become the Patriots years past.
I will say Jordan Love still does not look good.
No, I said the same thing, dude. He is hobbling on one foot. He's not following through on his passes.
No, none of his passes.
He should have set out. Yeah, he should have set out.
But then they gave him some Dr. Feelgood at halftime, and then he was able to. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure Monday morning he was.
Oh, he felt that shit.
I'm sure he had that shit elevated and fucking ice wrapped around it like a motherfucker. Like
I get they don't want to fall too far back, but man, you can't risk your just take the loss. Let him get healthy so he's better the rest of the year.
You're giving him $50 million. Like, do you really want to just pay him out because he fucking blew his knee out or pulled a Rodgers and that's it? Yeah. Thanks for playing.
You're good enough to be a playoff team. You're not good enough to win the division because of the falling back part. If everybody was healthy, sure. But now you have Watson who's out. You have Dobbs who's out. The receivers. Dobbs on a personal issue, Watson on an injury issue. It's like, dude, just chill, get your quarterback healthy, be a wild card team, and see what happens in the in the playoffs. That's all you gotta do. Just get to the dance. Just don't worry about winning the division. No, get to the damn dance. So, but yeah, I was watching the same thing. It was like he was throwing off his back foot a lot. He was not risking that injured knee, and I get it. But coaches, to me, coaches screwed that up. Sit your ass down.
Because he didn't practice at all. The last
not really.
Week, right?
Walkthrough is all he did. Yeah, walkthrough is all he did. So.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not complaining.
I was going to say, as a Packers fan,
but again, when I'm watching the game, I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want Christian Watson to get hurt. Number one, because I don't like seeing players get hurt like that. Number two, I don't want people to be able to use it as a fucking excuse. Oh, well, it's because Watson didn't play. Oh, it's because You're
nicer than me. I want him to get hurt. I don't want him to get injured, but I want him to get hurt. I want him to get like a sprained ankle and they're done for the game, but they're fine the next day. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want injured. I don't want injured. I don't want to see him what happened to him. Oh,
I don't want to see him get bent back and his ankle fucking twisted.
Yeah, I don't want anything that's longer than just that game.
Right.
I don't want to see that at all.
Yeah. It's like when it pops up on Madden and it says Bruce Sternum, he'll be out for the game. You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Done. Yeah, I'll accept that. Don't give me this out 6 weeks crap. I was
broken forearm.
Broken leg, which is Pacheco for the Chiefs. Broken leg, out 6 weeks. Like, okay. And he's on 3 of my fantasy team priorities. Like unemployment in Disneyland.
I fired off a tweet to him, and I was like, dude, protect your fucking legs.
I tried, man. I was like, dude, just preemptive aircast. Just preemptive. Where during the plays.
Him running down the field with 2 leg cast with
Gronk did it with that big ass elbow thing he had on for 5 years. That thing was, how the NFL let that happen. I am wearing freaking tank armor on his arm.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Who was it that had who was it that had the club? Like they had a club on their hand.
That was recently
it was
too.
Forever.
Yeah,
it felt like it was forever.
Yeah, he had a wrist issue, I think, and he had a club. Yeah.
But
that can't be legal.
You saw like his fingers up to like the knuckle, but then everything else was casted and taped, and you're just like, dude.
No, there's a dude 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he had the whole thing. It was the hand and the cast. The club went up here, so I'm guessing it was an issue like a wrist or a hand. So there'd be compact. That's got to be illegal. If that's the case, all my players are getting that. They're going to stand at the line and just hold their hands up so the quarterback can't throw it over. That's some bullshit right there. It's like everybody wears a club. Whatever, man. I hope you have time to edit this shit. We're already at an hour 52.
Yeah.
Oh man.
White person thing.
Oh, you know what? I thought there might have been something, but I don't think going to see Wild Robot.
No, just a movie.
It
started Black Ladies.
Let's say so. Oh, I didn't know that till after it was over. Honestly, I did not know who was doing the voicing, and then I saw the credits. It was like that was her. Cool. But yeah, it was me, SO, and the little one, the 7-year-old. So, and she was in tears too. So I don't want to hear it. I have the mentality of a 7-year-old girl. So whatever. 7-year-old.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought I might have done. I mean, I guess maybe a white person thing would be going to a second interview since last week was a first interview as a white person thing.
The fastest that Lou has ever gotten a second interview in his life.
Right, 3 days later. So, but no, I don't think I haven't really gone out that much. So, hunting the town for doorables.
How about your gratitude?
The second interview, to be honest with you, because like I told you guys last week when I had that first interview, and it was like, okay, cool, I can appreciate this, and I kind of missed it and everything. But now that I'm really full steam ahead, now it's like all these things that are back to opening up in my world. You know, it's like, I don't have to worry about the finances for this. Am I going to have to, do I need to sell something to do this? Do I need to sell this to do that? Like I had money for saved up and I'm still okay, but you can't do that forever. You know, I can't sit there on that forever. So super appreciative of my industry that it gives me the opportunity to bounce around if I need to, if I don't like a place, because it is such a volatile industry. To have that second interview that went really well, that was super cool. Appreciative of that opportunity for sure.
Nice.
Next week, hopefully I can say I'm appreciative of having this job. So we're going to follow this train.
You're appreciative of getting an offer letter.
We're like first interview, then second interview, that was super well because I interviewed obviously the person above the first person interview. And then that offer letter, hopefully come Thursday, of next week, I'll be talking about I'm appreciative of this offer letter that I'm showing you all. That's redacted, but whatever.
glad I have to find my social security card that I haven't used in years.
Actually, you know me. I know where all that shit is.
You know how many times I've had to get a new social security card because I just don't fucking know where it is.
Bruh, I had to once. It was because I lost my wallet. It was in my wallet once when I was in California in Barstow when I was probably 19 years old. I left it on the roof of my car and I drove off. So
nice.
My wallet. So I lost everything that was
just
there.
The card. He took the card out and
just
put
the
it
card
on.
was sitting there. It was everything else was good. But yeah, I've done that. But yeah, no, I know where my birth certificate is. I know where my pink slip or the title to my car is. I know where my passport, social. Yeah, I'm too OCD not to know that shit.
I still have my original. Shit's all tattered.
Damn, beat the hell. Shit. All right, Jack, you're up.
I am. What did I appreciate this week? I'm glad moving's almost done. Shit.
I was gonna say it's got to be moving related. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited to move. We went out to dinner tonight, and I was talking to the girls. I'm like, "Oh, what was your best memory? In this house and everything?" And the little one's like, "Oh, because she's lived here most of her life. I mean, we've been here 7 years.
Yeah.
So she's been here most of her life. So obviously she's very attached to this house. And then with grandma next door, so I think it's bothering. It might be a little more for her. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I am appreciative that I was able to get a job or a day off today.
Oh, yeah.
I asked outside of the window. We're supposed to ask 7 days ahead. I asked 6. So I had to get it specially approved by upper management.
Do you you view this as your last home?
I thought this one was going to be, but circumstances happening. I mean, we didn't expect grandma to die so quick. But yes, no, I'm putting too much money into this.
But it has everything you want, right? You've been able to get this is this is the dream, right? Like when you said we're moving forward with this, you're like, I want this and I want this. You're actually you're the house hunters.
Everything pre-wired. I mean, we even put outlets next to the toilets so we can get freaking bidets put into the toilets later.
You're like the reverse house hunters where they're like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I only have $150,000, and then they take them to the first house and they go, oh my god, this is perfect, this is everything we want, and they go, and it's $500,000. So let's go look at $150,000 and figure out what you're willing to compromise.
This time, I mean, since again we built this house too, but since we started from the ground up with this one, my wife's just like, you know what? It's our third house, likely not going to move again. She just got everything. Like the whole house is wired for music and speakers and
smart house.
I think every room has Ethernet capabilities. The coat closet, when you come in from the garage, it's not a coat closet anymore. It's where all the electronics and everything is run through the closet there.
Is that all that's in there? Is that all that can be in there?
That's all that'll fit.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Those racks are not small for the whole house.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully they do.
I don't know why they didn't take the shelf out of the closet so you can push it further back in. But what do I know?
Whatever. I'll see it. I'll see it.
You know what?
In 9 days.
You know what though? No. Well, no. The reason why is because the people that came up with the rack in are not the people that fuck around with that shit. So
this is true.
You had one contractor come and they build out all the closets. Yeah. And all the closets are exactly the same, and that's all they fucking do. Then you had your AV guys come in after, and they're not going to fuck with the shelf.
No, you want to know what's messed up is so we knew we were getting our closet done, right? So we're like, don't put in like your regular shelf and like your janky ass coat, janky ass pole,
the wire. Yeah,
they're like, okay, cool, but we got to charge you $100 to not do that. I'm like,
what?
Motherfucker, I'm telling you to not work.
You're gonna charge me for you not to work.
Yeah.
But then you're like, it's only $100.
Exactly.
one thousandth of what you're spending otherwise.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
But again, dude, super happy for you. Like this is awesome. Like you deserve
It
it
is.
for all the bullshit that you've gone through. Like, you know, family wise.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I'm
lose
just and
lose
next
TV
week,
just went to sleep.
obviously, that'll be what I'm grateful for is I'll be in the casita next week doing this. I'll have a whole different background.
Yeah.
You won't even recognize it. All right, D, your turn.
Before this tonight, I went and we did a guys' night. So me and one of the other guys of the group have been trying to put together a guys group where the guys just meet and we have dinner and we smoke cigars or we do something together just as a group with just the guys. And there's been two of us that have kind of been championing this. Not that I have a problem with going out with groups with all the significant others, wives and girlfriends and stuff, but like that's a different dynamic when you have all of those people. And it's guys just sitting around talking guy stuff is different. And so we've been trying to get together monthly and just hang out. And so one of the guys in the group, they redid their back patio. They had like a deck and they got rid of the deck and did a really nice patio, redid their entire backyard during the spring. And we've been trying to figure out a time that that it lines up, and tonight happened to work. So a bunch of us, there was like a half a dozen of us, went over and he went and bought wings from a really nice restaurant. So we had wings for dinner.
Is it a local restaurant?
Yeah. Yeah. So this week, and the reason he got wings is because this week, one of the local newspapers is doing Wing Week. So there's like 70 places around Portland that all have like special wings just for this week. And you can order them for, it's like $8 or something for an order. But I mean, and the flavors run the gambit. It's pretty what some of these places came out with some buck wild, some buck wild flavors. But the place he got it from is called Nom Nom. But the wings were great. We got to hang out and talk. One of the guys in the group, he's actually the 10th. He's moving to Japan for work. So this was kind of our going away for him as well. But it's good. Had good cigars. Had good drinks. Good company. Like I really appreciate getting this, especially as me being one of the single guys in the group. I think to a degree, I almost get more out of it than the rest of them do, because like usually I'm the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 13th wheel. Not that they treat me that way, but there's still that.
But it's still like,
it's still
this is that weird guy over there without a girlfriend.
Yeah, especially if like two of the couples are talking. I go out, they say, "Hey, come and hang out with us," and it's two couples. Well, they're all going to be having shit to talk about, and I'm just kind of like, okay, So it's nice that we get to do this guys thing where we can talk about computers for an hour.
And stuff,
not even a big deal, So that's what I was appreciative of, that we were able to get together and hang out and do this, and it was a good time. So yeah,
it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, and then I get to come here and hang out. I get to come and hang out virtually with my boys. Like it's tonight's been a good night. So yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, my week is going to be, some football. I've got a work luncheon thing for like vendors, even though they know I'm going to be back in industry no matter what.
Yeah.
So I've got a work thing tomorrow. College football Saturday, pro football Sunday. Keep on trucking, and then I don't think I have any like events. I was gonna say, I think the next symphony is not till like December. I got not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I'm on vacation this week. So
the whole week?
I'm not doing shit. Yep.
Nice.
You're
done with softball, right, dude? This was last weekend or this?
Yeah. Did you make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, we made it to the playoffs. So
look how sad. Look how sad he sounds about that. Yeah, we made it. Right. I gotta play another one.
Well, so start throwing the pitches to the
sign.
You know what? I'll just remind me, and I'll go into soft. If you want to hear my softball rant, we'll go into that next week. So, cool.
I do want to hear it.
It sounds like
after
you
we find
flew
out.
from going off on some liberal shit. Do you have blacks playing on your team or women? Do you have black women on your
I
team?
have black women. There is a black girl who plays on my
Oh,
team.
fuck.
Damn.
Here goes Lou. Gonna
DEI.
rant.
DEI.
Yeah. Is that why she's on your team? Somebody you found off to the side. You went to the Democratic National Convention, was like, hey, we need you on our team, please.
Yeah. I actually went out and I said, if any girl in the audience plays softball, please let me know. Preferably if you use the pronouns they and
Them,
thee.
yep. If you are black or trans, front of the line.
If you're non-binary, because then you can count either way.
Trans, if you are black trans, even better.
But yes, I'll be happy to do my softball rant after the season's over next week.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Now I got a lot of shit
Fuck
to
out.
edit.
Yeah, you do.
Bye.
Have fun,
Have a good week, y'all.
Oh, man.